How do you shoot beauty if you've never done it before? Hi, I'm Steven. Welcome to Light Study, where I break down lighting and cinematography so you don't have to. So what are we talking about here? So these folks here have made a reel. I think this is an excellent way to go about it. How to get more work. You make the work for yourself for free. You record it and you show it to your clients or people that you want to be your client. And you go from there. The rest of it's in your hand. So right here we have our first shot is a beautiful shot of the face. And so this is what you want when you do beauty. You can see the eyes. The eyes, you can see everything inside of them. You can see the pores on the face because beauty is all about the makeup, right? So what happens, what you do here typically is you have a giant soft source and generally it's above them. In this case, they have the light above them. There's a few things going on here that we're going to address that they did that's off. But what they've done generally is the best way to go about this is you have a giant soft source like a 4x4 frame or a softbox above them or right above camera. Say if here's your camera, the soft source is like right, it's facing their face and it's going to be above camera because that looks better. But what happens is areas fall into shadow. And if there's shadow, there's not a lot of detail getting recorded. What you want is brightness. That's where high key comes from. If everything is high key, that means really bright, then you're gonna get detail. The camera's gonna see detail. So what we do in this case is we bring in a white card. You can see a white card right there. And it's just under the camera lens at an angle to collect that top light and push it back. And it's going to fill all of this area. It's going to fill all of this. That's what's filling up under her nose. See how her nose is at the same level as the cheeks, or mostly. That's how you do that. How you do it, how you fill the face is completely up to you. A lot of people use the white card. I don't like doing that because you can see it in the eye, and I think that's distracting. Another way to go about it is to surround the camera in white so that the top source will then bounce on all the white cards around the camera, and then you can back those white cards off, and then you won't see this glint in the eye as much. This glint, this reflection. Other than that, okay, so that's what they did right. There's a weird thing, which is you see this line here. Wait, there's more. There's another line. It continues right there. I think I saw it on the chin. That is a hard light for some reason. And then you can see these little dots here on the bridge of the nose. There is a hard light somewhere over here shooting on the face. I don't think that was intentional. I think what happened is this is the edge of a frame. I think they're using a 4x4 frame and they're doing stand up with the girl. And then they brought in a table and had her like rest down. And of course they didn't move the light to follow her. And so this is spill from outside of that frame, which is a no-no. You don't want to do that. Especially if you're going to fill the whole frame with somebody's face. That's a no-no. Don't do that. Hey, if all this is making sense, then you should check out my free guides to popular interview setups. This is popular commercial setups for commercial video. It's linked below, StevenLightStudy.com. It's institutional knowledge that you won't get at film school. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, you have that top light. The same thing. This is exactly the same setup. They have a source up here coming down. And that's what's hitting a lot of the face. And then they have a source over here shooting this way. And that's what's creating this kicker edge. It's a very soft source. Maybe like a 2x3 softbox, something like that. Maybe it's even a bounce card. Yeah. It doesn't matter how you get your softness. What matters is the physical size and distance to the person. This is beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous. This beautiful shot right here. So this is great. Same exact setup. They have the kicker light that's kicking the edge right there, doing all of this stuff. So it's causing the glints in the lips and stuff right there. And they have the top source, and then you can see it even in the eye right there. They have a white card underneath, just collecting that. It's the same exact setup. We're not reinventing the wheel. Most light setups have some relation to each other. What matters is distance from the subject or distance from the background. Because if let's say this whole light setup was right up on that wall, that pink wall would be like super bright. And so they're doing it at something of a distance to drop the level of that pink wall down. It's just distance. What would I change? Absolutely nothing. This is great. She's caressing to the camera. She's not using cream, and there's no product in here. This is why I think it's not an actual like commercial job. It's just something that they've done for their reel. But I think they did a fantastic job. It's got professional makeup. If you're going to do this, you want to get. If you can't pay for a pro, especially if you're starting out, just do everything like pro bono or like time for prints. But either way, find a makeup artist that can make sure that the makeup is well done. Because usually that artist will want to do this stuff themselves, and you guys are helping each other out. So this is a beautiful shot. Again, exactly the same setup. Different day, different model, different makeup, same setup. This is great. It's all tight, which is awesome because it's the face. You're selling the face. You're selling the skin. And in this case, the skin happens to be on the face. It might be shoulder, arm, or leg, or whatever. I've shot foot shows for foot cream, you know. Fill the frame. This is probably the widest that they've done. It's exactly the same setup. Now, I'm going to go back here. Oh, so this is something you want to avoid, which is, so you have your 4x4 frame up here, and I'm pretty damn sure it's a 4x4 frame because you can see the light right there. That's powering it. So what's happening is you will have, and this is what I see a lot with is people just starting out, which is you have your 4x4 frame and you have your light. And then you shoot your light into your frame, and then they put the hot spot right in the middle of your frame. So this becomes like super hot, and then the rest of it just kind of tapers off. The edges kind of taper off, which is what appears to be happening right there. You have a hot spot in the middle, and then the edges taper off. What you want to do instead is to back your light off so that it overlaps all the frame and fills the frame evenly. This will make it inherently dimmer, right? It's a studio. You should have powerful enough lights. Make sure you have powerful enough light. So yes, the point is not to get a punch of light. The point is to get softness, which means end to end, an even fill. That's going to look great on the face. But Steven, oh no, you're going to spill here on the sides. You're going to spill here on the sides. How do you get rid of that? You put a flag right there, which is what floppies are for. And now you have controlled the spill. They did not do that here. And you can tell because you can see the source right there. If the face can see the source, the face can see the source, and you're going to get little glints in the face wherever that is, like little dots here and there. So it's uncontrolled. You want to control your environment. Okay. Plus, it's distracting. I think it's distracting. That's my pet peeve. Although you don't see it right there. Fantastic. You don't see it right there. This is interesting. This seems like a different setup. So, like I said, you can get softness. It doesn't matter how you get softness, whether it's a bounce or a diffusion. If you want to get into the technicals, there are technical differences. Diffusion is a shoot through, a bounce is a bounce. Inherently, with the bounce, there is no beam. Even 216 cannot completely eliminate the beam. But that aside, like so right here with the lady's eye, you can see that there is a frame, but only this corner is like super bright, right? And then it kind of tapers off, just kind of tapers off to nothing, right? You can see right there. And then you can see right there, whoop, there is a little dot. Looks something like that. I'm pretty sure that little dot is a light that's shooting into this bounce card, and they're hitting the corner of that bounce card. I think it's fine. Some people might find it distracting, like pet peevers. They're bouncing into a white card. Fantastic. What I would have done is like black wrap that light so you don't see any of it. Maybe they did it here and they still couldn't get all of it, because even black wrap will reflect. You can never completely eliminate the reflection, but you can try to hide it. This is beautiful. Up there. Ooh, there it is. Big time. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier. You have your frame. You have your hot spot in the middle, and then it kind of tapers off. And then there's your source, right? Yeah. In fact, that is exactly what that shadow at the very beginning, that's where that shadow comes from. When you don't control this, when you don't take care of this, that's where those shadows come from. Take care of yourself. Make sure that that light is completely covered, and then you will be fine. Whenever you move, oh, she's laying down. Yeah, whenever you move, make sure that your light setup follows them. Don't get caught up in trying to get it now. No. You repo with your model, find your shot, and then you repo the gear to follow them. Take your time, make sure it works before you start recording. You don't want to record and have something like that very first shot where you have like a line shooting through their face. Clients will see that and they will say no. Okay, so this is, I mean, looks like this, was this that lady earlier? She has like, so we have the white card, right? Then you have that little glint shooting up into it. I think that's the same lady. Otherwise, nice shot. The only thing I would say for this as a DP, because sometimes you're going to be working with the director, and the director will direct them, and it's really between your relationship with the director on how much you can direct the model. What I would do is I don't direct the model when it comes to creative, or it comes to really just creative. But I will direct the model if it's something that I would deem technical, or something that has to do with presenting the product or the service. So I need to see your face more, do this. I need to see your eye more, or whatever. Can you face a little bit more that way? Turn your shoulders, technical stuff like that. And in this case, I would have had, and this is, I think this is the first shot we've seen like this, where she's caressing off to the side. All the others, they're caressing to the camera. See how different that is? If I filled a frame with my face and I caress off to the side, that's not the same as doing this. Oh, because you're revealing the skin, but you're also showing it. As opposed to off to the side, you're showing off something that's not facing you. It's facing over there. And so so her hand is pointed off frame. I would have asked her, hey, can you turn your head like this? There you go, just like that. That's it. That's all I would have done. Otherwise, they did a good job. This is a fantastic shot. Again, same lighting setup. And the makeup is well done. I'm sure there's a makeup artist out there that would say otherwise. I don't freaking know. But hey, there's cream. They're using cream. This is what I was talking about. This right here, where it's facing camera. And yeah, if you have cream, that's even better. Oh, but sometimes we put the cream on the top and then they're just caressing the cheek underneath. Oh, but it has to be to camera to really make an impact. And there you go. And then this lady looks green, I think. Maybe it's a color balance, because she was all green. So see her skin tone, how there's lots of pink, and this one is like straight up yellow. But is the background the same? This also might be a different day, different model, or a different lighting setup. I don't know. You can see that corner. Corner looks the same. It might be the makeup on her. Or it might just be her skin tone. You see how yellow she is? That is something else to consider. If you're going to be doing a beauty shoot, I'm not quite sure why she looks green here. It might be it could probably easily be fixed in the grade, and it might just be like a camera setting was off. Maybe they use a white card to white balance off of instead of dialing it in manually. There's a variety of factors. Maybe they use different glass, and that glass has a green or yellow tint to them, which happens with the cheaper lenses. So, because you can see the skin tone is beautiful here, you have nice pink in the skin, whereas here, this one, it's like this. It's not saturated; it's just yellow. So what I was going to say with makeup, especially with beauty, and this goes with photography too, although the two can and really should be treated differently. And that has to do with the makeup color for the skin. So every skin tone is different, and you need to make sure that the makeup matches that skin tone, which is why makeup artists are employed. It's not just to, make it look pretty. It's to make sure it matches for camera. It'll always look great to the eye. But once you point a camera at it, the camera doesn't care about anything. The camera will collect that data and then display it for you. And then you see it after the fact. And so especially an experienced video makeup artist will understand the differences in green magenta shift in skin. So basically, color matching the makeup to the skin. If you choose the wrong makeup and put it on that skin, or you don't take into account that this is a little bit more yellow than this person's skin tone, their face will look like it's a different color from the rest of their body. Now, with, like I said, like photo and video should be treated differently. That's because in photo world, this can be fixed, and it could very easily be fixed in post. But with video, you're shooting a single image like 24 or 30 or sometimes, I guess, 60 frames a second. You don't have time or the money to track that face and color correct it in post. It should not be fixed in post. It should be fixed in pre. And so, but with photos, if you're just taking like, of the 500 shots you shoot, you're going to select like a handful of them for delivery. And those can be fixed. And yes, it still takes time. Both photo and video folks should be, the makeup artist should be aware of color matching the skin. And so I think, I'm not quite sure here because the teeth look white. No, they look yellow. It's either the light, LED light that's been used a lot, so it's shifted into the greenish yellow, or it could be a lens, or it could be a white balance issue. It could be anything. This shot could have been fixed in post, but otherwise, I mean, it's a beautiful shot of a person's face with bubbles. I don't know if I would use that. I wouldn't do that commercially. It doesn't show off the product, but I guess it looks nice. I guess it depends on what you're doing, but this is the great way to go about trying to get beauty work, which is to practice, to record your practice sessions, and to get better. Okay, one more thing, and this is for people out there that shoot their own stuff, especially if you're shooting your own reel. Don't be afraid of adding contrast. So this shot is beautiful. It is beautiful. Us techno folks like to try to preserve as much detail in the image as possible. But with popular media, there's a lot of contrast. So while this is technically a cinematic and beautiful shot, just add some contrast. Watch this. Oh my gosh, look how much more it pops. What's it, like 1.2? And then maybe bring your gain down by like, there you go. Just like a small amount. Now let's look at it. Look at that. See how it pops? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at the kick on her face. Holy nuts. Oh, that is totally an LED. You can see the green. Yeah. Oh, the contrast adds saturation. You can see all of this. There's green. There's a panel light. Just like that, go on. And it's green. I wonder, you know what? I wonder for that last shot, if they swapped this kicker light and stuck it on her face, that would be a reason why you had so much more yellowish green. Anyway, there's always more to learn, and I've made an easy introduction into commercial cinematography with the popular interview styles. It's available free at StephenLightStudy.com. It's linked below, along with one of my favorite resources, Karetakent's 10 Rules for Students and Teachers. And hey, if this still isn't enough, I'm also offering critiques of your work up to 2 scenes a piece. Just check the schedule for live recordings. Availability is limited, but there is a second evergreen option if you want to submit it. I would be happy to help critique your work. So that is it. And I hope you got something from this. I hope it helps you in your journey to crafting not just better images, but a better production or production flow in your journey. If you like this and you want to see more, nobody's stopping you. Also, by the way, if you have any questions, shoot me a message, or better yet, leave it in the comments so that I know what you're asking about specifically, like what video you're referring to. Later.